Hello, it's Monica from Crafting with Quilling Lady, and I hope you have absolutely fabulous day. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to create 3 gingerbread house cards. So if you want to create something amazing, tasty and gorgeous, I really hope this video will inspire you to do so. I use SVG files from design bundles, and I left the link in the description down below if you want to get those SVG files. Using my ScanNCut machine, I cut all those elements. In some cases, like in this one, I don't really have the colored cut I should for the project. So I use lighter color cut, and using my alcohol marker, I applied the color I needed. So this is the way to go for me. And if you struggle with all the colored card, I encourage you to use the same technique. You can always use white card and then apply any color that you want. You can use alcohol markers, watercolor markers, or even pencils for extra texture. So, I wanted in this video to tell you a couple of legends about gingerbread. I absolutely love gingerbread, and this is always the way to go for me, especially for Christmas. I love the smell and the taste, and actually in Poland we have the city called Toruń. So if you have never ever been to Poland, I do encourage you to visit Toruń, because it's not only the amazing city, but you can get amazing gingerbread there. So the idea for this video was to actually tell you a couple of legends about gingerbread in Poland. But first, let me tell you a little bit about Toruń. Toruń was once a major trade center thanks to its location by the river Vistula. Many ships passed through its port, bringing delicacies from different corners of the world. As Torunians developed a good taste for sweets, they also developed one of the best gingerbread, which is surrounded by many legends. The city is also famous for being the birthplace of Nicholas Copernicus, the father of astronomy. He believed that the Earth rotated around the sun, and during his time it was believed that the sun rotated around the Earth, so it was vice versa. A famous Polish saying is, he stopped the sun and moved the Earth. But let's go and have a look at the first legend about gingerbread. A long time ago, there were many respectable bakers making gingerbread in Toruń, but one of them was the most popular. He was making the sweetest, mouth-melting gingerbread, giving it as many shapes as his imagination would allow him, such as rounds, hearts, stars or flowers. His most elaborate were in the shape of a carriage drawn by a horse, house, princess and other folks. He had only one daughter named Katarzyna. She was a quiet girl who liked spending her time creating new meals. As she made dinners upstairs at their place, her father baked gingerbread downstairs at the bakery. The savory aroma from the meal would travel downstairs, and the sweet aroma from the gingerbread would travel upstairs, attracting each other. It would ever travel outside through the open windows and doors, attracting neighbors and friends. Many of them were regular visitors, as Katarzyna was very welcoming and always glad to hear flattery about her food. The ideas for new meals were coming faster than she could make them, and she was making something new almost every single day. Even if it was just a different spice to a meal she already tried, she was always striving for a better taste. So it was always good to have somebody else to help them eat with so much food around. Katarzyna never really baked with her father, as none of them liked the other meddling into their creative cooking or baking. But she was very observant, and from time to time would help to clean some forms or sweep the floors, if the day was very busy at the bakery. So she knew a thing or two about baking. One day the baker got very sick and said to his daughter, "Katarzyna, you've seen me making the gingerbread, why don't you make it on your own today? If you need any directions, I'll be upstairs resting." She started the fire in the oven, got all the ingredients and proceeded with making the gingerbread. She prepared the dough, adding some honey, and was ready to place the dough in the forms when she suddenly realized she forgot to pull them from the shelf. She swiftly went to get them, but they were not there. "I can't find them. Daddy must be feeling really sick if he misplaced them. This never happens." She didn't want to worry him, so she came up with an idea of taking a glass and pressing medallions out of dough. She put 6 of them next to each other and baked them. In the oven, the bread was beautifully growing and turning into shiny brown color, smelling deliciously. Katarzyna was very proud of herself, but as the bread was growing, the 6 medallions got connected, creating 1 loaf of bread. She briskly opened the oven door and she was pulling the bread from the hot oven. She saw the connected medallions and her cheerful smile turned into a worry. She gasped, "I don't know if anybody will want to buy gingerbread in such shape." She worried unnecessarily because all gingerbread was sold out of the same day. People loved the good-hearted girl so much that they named the gingerbread in the shape of 6 medallions with her name, Katarzyna. So now you can get Katarzynki, all the beautifully and deliciously shaped gingerbread in Poland. So this is the very first story, and I really like it. Now let's have a look at the second legend. A long time ago, Toruń was well known for its gingerbread. Every single baker had their own recipe for delicious gingerbread. There was one baker called Bartłomiej, and he had a helper called Bogumił. Then he really wanted to marry the baker's daughter, and he tried and baked as many times as he could in the bakery. However, one day he went for a walk, and he saw a bee being very wet in a pond. So he helped the bee. He took the leaf and he put the bee on the leaf. The queen of bees saw it and she said to Bogumił, "Oh, you're so helpful, and I'm going to tell you the secret how to make gingerbread even better. Just add a little bit of honey and your gingerbread will be the best in the world." So Bogumił went back to the bakery, and at that time the king was about to visit Toruń. So there were stalls all over the city with delicious gingerbread from every single bakery in the city. So Bogumił went to the bakery, added a little bit of honey in his dough and made gingerbread. Then the king was going from one stall to the other and he was trying all the gingerbread until he saw Bogumił and tried his gingerbread. And king absolutely loved Bogumił's gingerbread. And he said, "Who made this gingerbread? I really want to know this person." And then Bartłomiej, the baker master, said, "Oh, it was my helper." And then the king said, "So, what would you like as your wish? You can say whatever you want and it will be done." And he said, "I really want to marry the baker's daughter." And the king said, "Done, you can do it." And since then we actually have Katarzynki, because that was the name of the daughter as well, Katarzyna. So which story do you like the most? Do you think they are true? And also, if you haven't tried Toruń's gingerbread, I really hope you will give it a go because they are absolutely amazing, delicious and tasty. As you can see here, I'm about to finish my second gingerbread house card. And I wonder, have you ever created a gingerbread card or gingerbread house cards? If you haven't, I absolutely love shape cards. So when I saw those SVG files, I thought I can't resist and I really have to make them. For all my 3 cards, I use Polish sentiment Merry Christmas in gold mirror cut. And if you're interested in any of the products I use in today's video, you can check the description down below. I also wonder, do you have any cutting dies or stamps with gingerbread images? If you have, maybe have your totally favorite one. And if you do, I would really like to know which one is it, so please leave the name in the comments down below. To create the back for my card, I'm using my scoring board from Crafter's Companion. I'm going to create a top flap and attach the front and the back together. And to be honest, there is plenty of space to write the message in every single card, and what's really good about them, they stand really proudly on a flat surface. I wonder, have you ever looked into your folk legends? Maybe you do have your favorite, and if you do, please let me know. I absolutely love folk legends and stories. I think they just add up so much to every single culture. And with gingerbread, as you can see, I've got two different stories, but the names of some of the characters are exactly the same. But anyway, the gingerbread is still there. So it's actually over 700 years old, because that's when the first official bakery started in Toruń. So, as I said before, if you have never ever been to Poland and you have never ever been to Toruń, I do encourage you to go there, because there are also some museums of gingerbread as well, where you can take some workshops and get books with recipes. Not only one recipe for gingerbread, actually a lot of different recipes. So yes, and I also wonder, what is your totally favorite sweet for Christmas? Mine is obviously gingerbread. I cannot resist it, and it is so good. If you have your favorite brand of gingerbread, I would love to know that as well, so please leave it in the comments down below. And if you have ever created a gingerbread house, either a card project, home decor, or even bakery style gingerbread house, I would love to know that as well. I'm not really good at baking, but I'm good at making cards, so for me that is the way to go, especially for Christmas when it comes to gingerbread. So as you can see, for all the elements I use my one and only liquid glue, magic glue, to attach all those elements together, because it is a bookbinding glue and I do have time to maneuver all those elements if I make a mistake. And with these brown colors, they really make me think about gingerbread, and actually I really want to eat it right now. I really hope you have some sweets around you so you can try them at the time. And if you are inspired by my gingerbread house cards, please let me know in the comments, and if you make something, I would really like to know what is it. As you can see, these cards are pretty simple to make. All you have to do is to use your ScanNCut or Cricut to cut all those elements out with your totally favorite card, or you can also use some white and use alcohol markers to add some color. If you want, you can also put some wink of Stella or clear overlay on top for extra shine. And when I was putting that liquid glue all over the cards, I thought it looks like icing. Especially it's visible when the video is fast forward like here. If you agree, let me know. And I also wonder, do you actually bake gingerbread for Christmas? If you do, what is your totally favorite shape? Because katarzynki is like 6 circles together, 3 at the top and 3 at the bottom. But also we make amazing heart-shaped gingerbread as well. And for Christmas you can also get them in the shape of a Christmas tree, and I absolutely love it. And what's really good about gingerbread, you can have any filling you want, even rose jam. These are the best. Now I'm going to create the top flap on my card, use my scissors to cut the excess off, attach the back panel, and the cut will be complete. But there is also some space for the sentiment as well, and that will just finish off the card. So if you like those cards, I really hope you enjoyed this video, feel inspired, and please don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I really want to reach 500 subscribers very soon. As you can see, there is plenty of space to write your message inside. And yes, if you enjoy it, I really hope you will feel inspired. And if you haven't seen my other videos this month, I really encourage you to check them out because I've got really nice tutorials, especially with a 3D pop-up star card. So now our last card is complete and you can see all 3 cards side by side, and I wonder, which one is your favorite? Which one would you like to make, or which one would you like to eat? Number 1, number 2, or number 3? Thank you so much for watching and spending that time with me. Don't forget to like this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Have a wonderful day and see you in my next video. Enjoy your day. Bye for now.